On December 19, 2024, a politician from Bangladesh said something that surprised and worried India. Ruhul Kabir Rizvi, a leader of the Bangladesh Nationalist Party, said Bangladesh could claim some Indian states. These states, West Bengal, Bihar, and Odisha, have similar cultures and languages to Bangladesh. Rizvi connected his claim to what he sees as threats against Bangladesh. This statement, while worrying, probably won't lead to any real action. The Indian government responded quickly to Rizvi's claim. West Bengal's leader, Mamata Banerjee, spoke out strongly against it. She said India is a strong country, and its army is powerful. India's top diplomat, Vikram Misri, traveled to Dhaka, the capital of Bangladesh, for important talks. His counterpart, Mohammad Jashimuddin, met with him to discuss how to calm things down. This incident isn't happening on its own. It's important to understand what's going on inside Bangladesh. The country is dealing with political problems and social unrest. These internal challenges help explain Rizvi's surprising statement. His words, while alarming, are likely meant for people inside Bangladesh. Other countries are watching this closely. Bangladesh's relationships with China, India, and other powerful countries are important factors. Things could get worse, but talking and working together peacefully are key to keeping the region stable. Rizvi's claim overlooks a key fact: the big difference in military power between Bangladesh and India. India's military is much bigger and has better technology. If Bangladesh tried to take Indian land, India would respond quickly and strongly. India has a history of protecting its borders. Besides its regular army, India also has nuclear weapons. This makes any attack against India even more risky. Bangladesh doesn't have nuclear weapons. Using military force against India would be a bad idea for Bangladesh and could be very dangerous. Historically, India and Bangladesh have mostly dealt with each other peacefully. The two countries share a long and complicated history of working together and sometimes disagreeing. But since Bangladesh became independent in 1971, both countries have tried to build a better relationship. Shared interests like trade, water, and fighting terrorism provide a good reason to talk. India wants Bangladesh to be peaceful and stable. It's good for both countries to solve their problems peacefully. To understand why Rizvi said this, we need to look at the problems happening inside Bangladesh. The country has been unstable since Sheikh Hasina's government fell in August 2024. Students led protests after a court made a decision many people didn't like. These protests forced Hasina out of power. The protests worked, but many people were hurt or killed, and there was a lot of unrest. Muhammad Yunus, who won a Nobel Prize, now leads a temporary government that's facing big problems. Groups with strong religious beliefs are gaining power because of the political instability. Violence against Hindus has gotten much worse. Crime and rising prices are making things even more unstable. This instability makes it easy for politicians to use strong nationalistic words, like Rizvi did. By talking about nationalism and getting people to focus on that instead of the country's problems, politicians like Rizvi try to gain more power. But this kind of talk is not helpful, and could make things worse with India. India is very worried about the violence against Hindus in Bangladesh. Mamata Banerjee has spoken against the attacks and wants those responsible to be punished. Other countries are also concerned, with human rights groups asking the Bangladeshi government to protect its minorities. Bangladesh's problems are made more complicated by its relationships with powerful countries. China especially has become more influential in Bangladesh. Big projects like the Padma Bridge and a naval base show how much China is involved. Bangladesh now buys the second most weapons from China, which worries India. Bangladesh says its relationship with China is just about business, but India is suspicious. China's support for certain religious groups in Bangladesh makes India even more worried. The United States and European countries are also concerned about China's growing influence. They worry about religious extremism and protecting minorities in Bangladesh. India, while cautious of China, still wants Bangladesh to be peaceful and stable. It has given a lot of aid and money to Bangladesh. India is working to encourage stability and good government in Bangladesh. Other countries need to help with this. To sum up, what the Bangladeshi politician said was dangerous and irresponsible. It's important to remember that his statement doesn't represent the official view of the Bangladeshi government, but it does show the tensions and problems facing Bangladesh and the region. Solving these problems requires talking, diplomacy, and a focus on peace. Countries around the world must work together to support these efforts and prevent things from escalating in South Asia.